back to the stream, and today, guys, we are gonna hopefully be doing the big Team Flare Showdown, which I think is gonna be a whole lot more exciting because this is Pokemon X Legacy, the game that is trying to fix the issues with Pokemon X and Y, while keeping it true to the game you know and love. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the stream. We are running the Pokeball factory, but before I get into it, I just wanted to quickly show you guys the new team. So off stream, just to save us time, I've gone ahead and I picked up a Manectric and a Mawile from Glittering Cave. So we've got those trained back up to around where our two previous team members were. What I like about this is that we're going to get to show off a few more new Pokemon. But very, very, very excitingly is the fact that we're actually going to be able to, what am I looking for here? We're actually going to be able to Mega these two new Pokemon, which is something that in the previous game, you didn't get to the post game. So two new Megas to show off. We've had Mega Venusaur, but that's something that I feel like everybody knows, and you know, you kind of know what that looks like. So yeah, we've got two brand new Pokemon, which I'm very excited to show off. And we've starting this stream off with a huge dono from Local Maple. Let's put Manectric up at the front and see what it can do. So Local Maple says, I thought more on Aromatisse. There's no guarantee it's the penultimate Mon and uses Trick Room, especially if given Psychic for poison types or players stall Trick Room out. So it's fine as a non-lead, even if given Aroma Veil Sash. Yeah, like I said, it's just that need to... Oh, we've got a Team Flare fight to start things off here. How does this work? Is this a double? I guess we'll just. Or oh, she's taking care of it. Okay, sorry. Small things I sometimes forget. Anyway, yeah, I do think that we're talking right now about the previous gym. I just think that Trick Room. It's like, yeah, you can stall it out and stuff, but like the point is like, we're not trying to make, like, you got to think back to like previous Legacy difficulties, and I think like going for Trick Room that early, it feels like too much in my opinion. So yeah, but with that said, man, like, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for starting this stream off with some hype. Let's rip some Mega Manectric. I've never seen this in Gen 6 before, which basically means I've only ever seen it in ZA. Because I certainly haven't seen it in Sun and Moon. Look at that guy! I guess you can get Mega Manectric and Auras. Got the Intimidate. And so we go up to 135 speed, 135 special attack. That's some nice damage. And there's a chance we're not even outsped. I guess that's probably gonna cut our speed like in half, right? So yeah, we do. It does catch up to it, but that doesn't matter because we're gonna kill it this turn anyway. So that's pretty hype. Chat, can we get a round of heart emojis for our lovely Local Maple? Dropping some strong suggestions, some overly cooked suggestions. I guess I just want to swap out. Anyway, some overly cooked suggestions, and just being a supporter of the channel. Some heart emojis in the chat, please. I won't go Mawile just because this might hit a ground move, even though the dark would get it with the fairy typing. I'm very excited to check out Mega Mawile though. All right, that's fine. Unfortunately, no, I didn't get a haircut. It just all fell out. Yeah, I got a hair transplant actually. I'll maybe talk about that a little bit more. I've already talked about it a lot, so I don't want to like bore everybody with the same thing over and over. Venusaur got Energy Ball, which is really nice because I think Venusaur is more of a special attacker, right? So that's really nice to see that. And then go about. We're just gonna switch. So major fights, we'll do set mode. But when it's fights like these where you know you're gonna win and you're just kind of slowing your run down, you know, for the stream and all that, I'd lose set mode just because it, you know, like I said, this isn't a fight we'll ever lose, even in set mode. So it's really just to save us time. Anyway, Mega Manectric will be interesting because it does actually pick up Fire Fang. So and I think it might get another fire move. Like just I don't know if you even get Overheat in this game. I know Manectric learns Overheat somewhere, right? Or maybe I'm thinking Legacy. What's up, Cold Ham? Says, hi, Pat, looking good. Very excited to finally catch a stream. Thoughts on an Olympia double battle? She is in the anime with both Meowsticks. Stylistically, I love that. You know, there's a lot of reasons I really like that. First and foremost, I'm not sure if we'd actually be able to do that. Or maybe Manectric gets Flamethrower, and in Emerald Legacy we gave it Overheat. Where am I going here? Is it this way? I feel like this is wrong, but we'll just keep going and see what happens. So you go here. Sorry, just let me. I'm always trash at this puzzle. There's something I always do wrong here, but that feels pretty right. So where? Is that right? And then this fight, we'll figure it out. But yeah, Cold Ham, thank you for the super chat and thoughts on Olympia double battle. I feel like there are a lot of reasons to do that. Coding wise, I'm not sure if we have the capability to turn a normal battle into a double battle. First of all, I'm not even 100% sure if that would be possible. There's a lot I like about that though. So, Olympia is a double battle in the rematch at the Chateau, as Arrow just says in the chat. And I would assume that is probably a reference to her previous fight. My thing with Olympia being a double battle for the main game is like, yes, maybe it is going a bit outside of, like, okay, there's an issue with the like legacy design because like you can be a real tight ass about it, which I think is this balance, right? Of like, you know, you can be a real tight ass and logic your way out of every cool possible decision. You know, and I think in some of the legacy games previously, like Zapdos on Lance, I think that's one of those decisions that like you really were abiding by your own logic. You would probably not do that. And as again, like I think you might logic your way out of a really cool idea. Is there anything in here? So there is this balance where you want to follow the rules to a T as much as you can, but sometimes like you just got to add some spice, you know? And like, I think Zapdos is a good example of that. So there is this kind of like, there is this kind of vibe that I'm like, ah, you shouldn't do that. But at the same time, something that I find, man, where did I'm very confused right now at where I'm going. But to me, like I find that Valerie into Olympia feels weirdly similar, and I think it's because did I change this? I'm so confused. Right? Because that's what we want. And then is it because we got in the battle and it resets it maybe? Or that just doesn't change? So the point I'm trying to make is those two fights feel really stylistically similar. There we go. And there would be something to be said for making it a double, I think. So, a long way to get through that super chat. Real Chads makes Olympia a rotation battle. I think people don't like rotation battles enough to ever justify that. Like that just in and out of itself. Nothing other than just like people don't really like rotation battles that much. I know it's got its fans, but broadly speaking, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but to me it's always like, because fairies and psychic types feel similar. You've got the Mr. Mime crossover. I'm trying to think, like, there's just some very vibes-based thing that, like, I've always found those fights to be, like, a little boringly similar. So I kind of see a case for it. Whereas there's a lot of fights I would be like, no, you can't make that a double. But that's one that I do think there is a case for. So people don't like rotation battles because there really aren't any in the games to show they can be interesting. Yeah, but you know, like, people don't really do, like, I know you're just to be fairing, but like, there's no rotation battles, right? Like, I don't even know how the hell to do a rotation battle. That would take me so much. Like, if I'm playing the game and I'm like, oh, now I gotta do a rotation battle, I'd be like, what the Jesus Christ? Like, nah. No, I'm not, to be fair. No, like, listen, I respect Craig for like, always play devil's advocate, but I'm just saying, like, I would be very annoyed if the ROM hack I was playing had no rotational battles and then all of a sudden made the 7th gym leader a rotational battle. I'd be like, what the fuck? They do have a lot of cool strategy. Like, if you want to really get into the weeds of them, they're really neat, but I just don't think the average player that's playing like a pretty simple ROM hack would want to mess around with that. Truthfully, it's really, I think it's just that simple. Yeah, I that would make me really annoyed. It's like, oh great, I have to learn a whole new system. Whereas the double battle system, like, you actually have double battles in this game, right? So truthfully, like, I really don't see the case. I really don't see the case for a rotational battle. With all due respect. A sky battle, yeah, that would be, well, that would be probably better. Like, at least there are sky battles. Nightmare X and Y though. That would be my nightmare. Oh, its contribution of 5 million. No Mabel here either, huh? Oh, this is just Team Flare admin. There's not even a name to them. Sky battles would be way worse, but at least sky battles are in the game. You know what I mean? Like rotational battles. Like, when do you encounter a rotational battle in this? All right. Last stream, we got ripped by a Mega Mawile, and now it's time to rip with the Mega Mawile. So saying earlier, like, this thing is so good because it hits the Intimidate, and then it ability shifts. Damn it. Then it ability shifts into huge power. There's a single cafe in Lumios that has them. Like sky battles literally have more representation. Olympia Little Cup level 5. That's also. It's like, okay, yeah, to beat this gym, you have to go back and catch an entirely brand new team. No, God, no. Thankfully, this is Gen 6 where sleep isn't busted. Did you know that in Gen... I just learned that in Gen 2, sleep technically lasts as long as it does in Gen 1. Because it lasts 2 to 8 turns in Gen 2, and in Gen 7, it's 1 to 7. It's more OP in Gen 7 because you always have the wake up turn. But if sleep goes 8 turns, like, they can go the maximum distance technically. It's insane. Since we've opened up this can of worms, meme suggestion of Olympia, inverse battle. Oh my god, that would be horrific. All that effort, and then it's like, so many people would just drop the game there. They'd be like, nah, I'm good. But inverse battle would thematically at least make sense. You know? At least that would make sense because her world is all weird and crazy. Right? Her gym is all wacky and upside downy and stuff. Anyway, the only thing that's a maybe is a double battle. All right, let's rip it. So is Mabel like the endgame admin? Celosia and Bryony. They go hard, I will say. Like all the ex admins look. I don't know. I think they're some of the best. Damn, man, fairies just eat these guys up. If any trainer would make sense for an inverse battle, it would be Olympia. It'd throw oh yeah, no. And they're not used at all. Yeah, like if everybody knew how to play these different styles, it would be different. And like that's why I make the case for double battle. It's like you have a lot of double battles in the game already, and you just like, you know, if you've played any other Pokemon game, you probably are familiar with the double battle system. Whereas, oh, I got faked out. Fake-outed. Right? Like, why didn't I attack there? Nice. Wow. Okay, Meowstic. Man, Meowstic is so much better. Not meme enough, says Jason. Inverse rotation battle. Oh, sorry. Liv is calling me. Hey, I'm just streaming. Yes, I was actually wondering about that. Oh, it's all good. Okay, I'll let them know you say sorry. What was I gonna say? That's all. Alrighty. Talk to you later. Love you. Bye. I haven't been using Flame Charge. I like Flame Charge, but Delphox is fast enough. Anyway, Jason says, not meme enough, inverse rotation battle. Also, we have a super chat story. I didn't immediately respond to this one. Is his Starlights says, can you make fly into a map effect instead of HM? Unfortunately, that would require like an intense level of coding that we just cannot do for the 3DS ROMs. So no, sadly, I'm sorry, but obviously it would be awesome if we could. At least fly is a good move though in this game. Like 90 base power flying move is something you want to use. So, you know, at least you have that. Yeah, and then thank you, Jammy Man, for since we've opened up this can of worms. So Mega Mawile is good. Like even Burns, that was a lot of damage. By the way, super random, I don't know if anyone's noticed a lack of click lately, but I got a new controller that's like, was touted as one of like the least noisy controllers. So there still certainly is a click to it. I'm gonna die either way. It's gonna Fire Fang me though, and then next turn I can Aqua Jet and kill. It might Thunder anyway, whatever. Nice. Anyway, it's significantly quieter than my old controller, and I hope you're excited about that. Anyway, I love the suggestions. It's always fun to have some silly things. Inverse rotation with active Trick Room. Yeah, that would be a whole lot of fun. Can you make fly travel to any route like in Auras? I'm really not sure about that. Nice. All right, so after this, we've got a gym battle, and then I think it's the Geosenge big moment, right? So we've got a lot of stuff coming up. I have to go take out the chicken, so I will be right back and live. Sorry. Alrighty. At least followed by extremely difficult thing to do. Yeah, I mean, I've said this a lot, but we're very restricted by the by what we can do with anything past the Gen 3 ROM hacks, by the ROMs rather. So you know, you can't really expect the quality of life and awesomeness we added in the previous ROM hacks, but the great thing about X and Y is that it has a lot more quality of life embedded into it, so it kind of evens out. Like, you've got the auto repel thing in this game, you know, you've got things like show the nature's effect, so it's good. Yeah, Gen 4's disassembly is pretty close to done, but yeah, give it a while longer. Platinum decomp will be finished, and then we can make a Platinum Legacy, so that would be pretty exciting. Actually, I wonder how, does anyone have is there a rough time frame on when that will happen? Because that's gonna be like massive. I think at this point I would think about it. I definitely need to play more Platinum. Like almost all my Sinnoh experience is in the remakes, embarrassingly enough. I've played the remakes a lot, which is pathetic, and I've only played the Gen 4 Sinnoh once, which I've done a video on. So yeah, if I was gonna do that, yeah. But as I've said before, Platinum Legacy would be probably not like people's favorite, just because Platinum's already a really good game. So there's not a lot to improve on it. So like I don't even know what I would change. Truthfully, I kind of hate Fantina being Gym 3. I actually think she works better for Gym 5. Where the heck am I going? How do I get out of here? It's to the right. Is it not? Ah, there we go. Most of Platinum problems are Pokemon balancing. I agree with that. And actually, I would also say availability. Like, Glaceon is one. Poor Glaceon, you know? Can't see any timeline on the Platinum decomp. Yeah, okay. I would really like if that came out like after. Issues with Platinum is pacing and slow everything. It's mostly engine stuff. Yeah, true. The one thing is, like, once a Platinum decomp comes out, there's not going to be like all these tutorials that are already done. So, you know, so much of what Legacy was able to do was built on the backs of giants. And really like what as a ROM hack, the two things that Legacy has above a lot of other ROM hacks is one, it was kind of the first time that like a bigger sort of content creator really like made their own ROM hack. So like it got a lot of traction. So audience size and popularity. But what that allowed was a really big pool of testers, which makes the games really balanced. And so that's like, you know, there are so many ROM hacks that do just like crazy phenomenal job at all these other things. But the one thing that I will always say that I think like Legacy does, and that was the purpose of Legacy, obviously, is like it truly is like incredibly balanced. And that was the purpose, right? More than anything was balancing the games so that you can use any Pokemon and the gyms are actually engaging and all that stuff, level curve and, you know. But, you know, Platinum Legacy is the canon Legacy. And that's the thing, it literally is, right? So, yeah, it's very hard to say like, you know, you could do a way better Legacy. The gyms would feel a lot the same. I think that's a great point though, is that the Pokemon would feel a lot better. Refine Platinum, it'll scratch the itch you have, I guarantee. Yeah, and I think that's a lot of the thing is like, one thing I think Legacy really did a good job on, you know, there's a lot of people that, can you guys? I just lost sound. Yeah, okay, we did lose sound. So, what do I need to do? Okay. Might need to restart my emulator. Or I said restart my ROM. Okay, you guys seem to have sound. There we go. Okay, that was easy enough. Munchlocks, LOL. Yeah. Anyway, I think it would be kind of nice for a Platinum decomp to come out like in like 2027, you know, like following Gen 10, hopefully. And then, yeah. Oh, what I was gonna say though is that one thing I think that the Legacy series, like really hardcore ROM hackers, you know, there's always like gonna be a small sort of community of people that are like, it's not, you know, it's not different enough. Kind of missing the point of the series. And, you know, the thing I will say is that like I think the Legacy series makes a really good starting point as an introduction to ROM hacks. And, you know, I think it's easy to get so deep into ROM hacking where you're like, if you're not pushing the boundaries of what can be done, then you're you know, like, why are, you know, if you're not making like an Emerald Sea Glass, like, why are you ROM hacking? And I think people forget that, like, well, you know, people got to start somewheres, and it's easy to like get caught up in the weeds of like really like intense hacks. And then, you know, sometimes you just need these like simple hacks that get people in the door, right? And then they start to figure out, they find more ROM hacks, right? So I think the Legacy series did a good job of that too. Certainly, like I'm sure it brought a lot of people into the community. Yeah, just make what you want. And I mean, listen, I get it. Like, people obviously look at the titles of our videos and are like, okay, bro, like the best ROM hack, sure. You know, and I mean, the way I title my YouTube videos, I'm gonna title it like a YouTuber. And I get that people don't like the way YouTubers title it, but I do have an out on that, as I always say. Not saying that it was the best ROM hack I've ever made, perfect. I'm just saying that perfected within the confines of the vision of the original game. That's what I always say. But listen, you're gonna get hate if you title a video like that in a small group of people. But obviously, if I just had titled those videos like I made a pretty good Emerald ROM hack, less people are gonna play a ROM hack. And also the other thing is less people are gonna talk about it, because if you say it's perfect, that's controversial, and people are gonna test that, So then you have J Rose making a video and he's like, today I'm playing the perfect ROM hack, and he can put that in his title and people will be like the perfect, but J Rose isn't saying it's perfect. He's like, well, the guy said it's perfect, so I'm gonna put that to the test. And it creates a discussion and a commentary, and unfortunately that is the game. And I get that people don't like that, but a healthy amount of, again, it's not really clickbait, because clickbait is like just completely misleading people. But there's this place for I actually think Psyshock was the play there, because isn't Vileplume quite specially defensive? Oh, Psyshock might have done it. Oh, played. Anyway, it's just the life of a YouTuber. Anyway, we also did a Fire Emblem Legacy this year. That was like the ROM hack that I most of my focus went in. And so actually the Legacy team started X and Y Legacy, right? And basically like I was still working on Fire Emblem Legacy. And so that was kind of the ROM hack that I had my hand in this year. Like way more than this ROM hack. And so that was a hack that, a smaller community still, people are like, dude, like, F this guy. Like, I can't believe, like, he said it's perfect and all this stuff. But it was really fun too, because then I saw other like people that are really deep into the community like defending me and being like, listen guys, I just think you're mad because he made a big video on it, and he's like the dude did there's this one guy who was like really defended me deep in the community, and he was just saying how like, look, the guy credited everyone, he even linked to our websites and all this stuff, and I was like, I don't know, it's interesting to see that, but that defense was it did mean a lot to me. I really appreciated some of the people in the deep ROM hacking community, because again, Fire Emblem 7 Legacy, that was the hack that like, it's not pushing the boundaries, but it's a great introductory ROM hack. And also it's one of those things that like no one was doing anything for FE7 anymore, right? It's like kind of like making a ROM hack of like Pokemon Crystal. Like all the ROM hacks are gonna be put on Gen 3. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling. But yes, Lord Nero, FE7 Legacy was dope. It was dope. I had a real fun time with that. Yeah, FE7 Legacy had huge discourse, and the hate was a huge hate discourse, and it was all contained to one site. Everywhere else seemed positive, right? So, is this a no roller skates run? Yeah, in standing in serenity, standing in solarities, solidarity? The hell, my brain is breaking right now. I stand in solidarity. Why does that feel like it's not the right word? I'm not using roller skates because they're not in CA. Sorry, broken brain. Yeah, I think Legacy is able to stand up beside other big name hacks still. I agree. Like we still did a lot of unique stuff in each one. And Zach, I agree with that too. I'm kind of speaking to like the most pessimistic view on it, I suppose. Because like if you think Gen 1, right? Legacy, like brand new back sprites. Like holy shit, that's a big deal. Like that, I think, is one of the coolest things the Legacy team did is Gen 1 fixed back sprites. Also, like, man, playing at Yellow Legacy and going back like through the post game and actually having more fights is so interesting. And it feels so uniquely Yellow, where there's something about Red and Blue that, like, the what is it called? The quiet terror of Gen 1 post game. Like, I'm kind of glad we didn't do Red and Blue, because there's something to be said that, like, that just feels like what Red and Blue's post game is supposed to feel like. Meanwhile, I like the idea that it's Yellow, you know, because Yellow added on top of the previous games already. Anyway, Local Maple says Platinum Legacy. Rework movesets so Roar, Whirlwind, and Teleport are almost eliminated. Chimchar's Taunt is vital in normal Nuzlocke with early Abra. That's it. That's all the edits. There's definitely more that I would do than that, but I certainly... I mean, I think you're very much thinking along the line... Bro, I'm gonna actually... I'm gonna speed up here because this thing is being a little ridiculous. There we go. Man, Azumarill? Who would have thought being my highest level Pokemon? Ooh, big crunch. Let's go. Yeah, I'm seeing some Nuzlocker biases here, local. I think I know where your interests lie. But seriously, what I would do, solidarity. Thank you. Trying to think what like I said, I agree. It really comes as pure psychic fairy. I don't know, man. Anyway, to me, it really does come down to a lot of Pokemon needing balancing. I think that's the biggest part of it. Oh, isn't that 3 times nice on just like random side trainers? Also just watching Manectric cook. Anyway. Abra, Houndour, Staravia, Curlia. That's it. That's all the edits. Anyway, thank you, local. I appreciate the super chat. And then we have Jason with 2 months picking up his Ultra Ball. Very nice. So we have, 2 months you get the Ultra Ball. At 6 months, member, it's the Master. And then at 1 year, I believe it's the Luxury Ball. And then at 2 years, it's the GS Ball. And 3 years, which no one has yet, is a special Legacy Ball. So it's a long journey for those dedicated to supporting the channel. Appreciate it, obviously. But when Gen 6 decomp happens in 2057, would you remake XY Legacy? In 2057, I will be 30. That will be 31 years, rather. I will be 61. Listen, we're all here. I'm looking shaved head, but because I'm just bald now, it wouldn't be a bad life if we're still out here, you know, having fun with Pokemon. I love the battles in the post game of Yellow Legacy. Yeah, they were really fun. If it happens, yeah, because then we could come back in with the changes we already made. It would be a lot easier. And then, you know, you just be like coding in all those changes, and then, you know, you already have a balanced game, so then you could just make some better fine tweaks and, you know, do some cooler stuff like, you know, some of the fancy things that people have been asking. So totally would do it if possible. Thank you for the membership. Big Root. I don't know if I'm actually going to use that, but... Now, Deadenmill doesn't have a gym, right? Or am I silly and it does? Is this? I wish the Big Root was better, don't we all? It's a cool idea. It just, I find like practically, I rarely like it. Like, do I do anything here? Grinding against them is also annoying. Rock Slide, Staravia, Whirlwind. Fair enough. Fair enough. I do need to go up here, right? It's Will. Guys, it's Will. Don't hate on Big Root when Shell Bell exists. Okay, that's real. That's real. Shell Bell's so bad. And even though the Shell Bell is super bad, it's probably one of the best held items you can get in Hoenn. Because Hoenn just has awful held items. There's nothing. Like, how is it that Gen 2 has better held items offerings than Gen 3? Like, Gen 3, my final runs, I'm just like citrus berries on my team. That's it. Like, that's all I can put on my team. It's horrible, I tell you. Leftovers is just that good. Yeah, and even even in Gen 2, Leftovers is a post-game thing. Ace trainers look like Will, man. I'll say, like, I don't know. Shell Bell had a niche in Gen 9 raids. I'm replaying Sword. Oh man. Of course this thing has dig. Wait, am I just gonna get dug again? Yep. I can see that, Will from Kalos. I like that theory. Do we know much about Will? I like that Will holds on to Lorelai's room. I always thought that was kind of cool. Like, Will's room has ice, and you're like, if you'd never played, like when I first played Gen 2, like I didn't play Gen 1, so I was like, what? When you go back and play Gen 1, you're like, oh, that's neat. It's kind of like, I don't know. Which is weird because like the other rooms don't follow like Gen 1's design. And like, I don't know, it doesn't really make a lot of sense, but it's how it is. I really should just put this to sleep, but here we are. Gold duck. Can we hold on? Let's just go for a pedal dance and hope for the nice outspeed, big damage. That's a kill. Makes sense for the story they were telling him with replacing Lorelai. Yeah. Will has a cool room in the remake. Oh, will you change any of the animations or saturation levels of any of the Pokemon 3D models? Yeah, Craig was actually talking about that, and we don't really know how hard it would be to do. Because I've seen that YouTube video where like the guy goes and fixes the models. But fixing the models is different from actually like getting them into the game. And yeah, like there's some really cool examples, like Nidoking, I think is the thumbnail of that video. And like he boosts the saturation on Nidoking, it just looks so much better. And I think that would be like a Gen 1 back sprite level upgrade, but I don't know if that's realistic. I should really put a thingy on. It's not easy, but I think it's probably possible. Yeah, again, it would just be how much time is that gonna take, and like, is that time then like worth it, you know? And I always forget about this section of this game. We need a large team to work on it. Yeah, it's hard to say. What's up, Naruto? Welcome, welcome. Oh my, a Relicanth here to beat me down again. Oh, this is the last ice puzzle in the series. Wow. Oh my god. Poor Venusaur, just getting 2 turns sillied. I assume I get outsped, so this is gonna just miss. Buzzcut Smith, WTF. Yeah, first time in my life. I was gonna use Aqua Jet on me. Jet Dive or something silly. That's so much damage. Stupid. It's figuring out if the process goes well. See, that's the thing. It's like, if everything goes right, it should take this much time, and then, you know, things don't go right. By the way, Sludge Bomb. Wait, is Sludge Bomb a physical move? Why do I feel like Sludge Bomb is physical still? Right? Because it's like you're physically hurling the bomb of sludge. Man, that's a tough time to be a ride on. Oh, it's special? Okay, hell yeah. I could see it being a physical move. Like Seed Bomb is a physical move, you know? That is, dude, that is not Gen 3 mentality. That is not Gen 3 mentality. How does this one go? Yo, Chris RV with the 27.99 Canadian says live play gang pumped for the new legacy. Deoxys is on it already, but guys, if you could please drop some heart emojis in the chat for Chris. Thank you very much for the super chat. We always appreciate it, man. Always appreciate the support. Very kind of you. And my fellow Canadian, thank you very much. It literally throws the trash can at you. That's gunk shot, huh? It's funny. Oh, got an ice heal. Ice heal and burn heal, man. It's like by the time you get them, they're so late. Thank you guys for the heart emojis to support our pal Chris. Thanks again for the super chat, man. Very, very kind of you. The trash can being flung out makes me feel like I'm watching a hardcore wrestling match. That's hilarious. I actually haven't seen the animation, but I know that this Hariyama is about to get folded. I do love fairy typing in the way it balances fighting. I don't know. I just always felt like fighting had not enough weaknesses. Like I think that was a really good balance. What the heck just happened? Wait, what? Yeah, also like ethers and elixirs being rare is so dumb in a game where like Pokemon centers are there. They're only useful for the E4. That is the only time. And to be fair, you get about enough that make the E4 like you always get enough so that like you can make it through the E4. So it does kind of work out. It weirdly does work out right, but I still hate the way it works. So like I don't know. It's just like, man, it's so annoying. Like going through a route and being like, oh, I gotta go back to the Pokemon Center because I don't have enough PP. I don't know. I really just used a psychic move on this Grumpig, huh? But if you have to attempt the Elite Four multiple times, yes, then your ethers are gone. Yeah. Yeah, I think, like, I get the restriction on PP, but the way we fix PP in Legacy Series, like, it's just, the game is so much more fun to play when, like, these arbitrary restrictions aren't there. Like, it's just the inconsistency, right? Like, Thunderbolt has 15 PP, but Ice Beam has 10, you know? Giga Drain with 60 power only has 5 PP, and it's like, well, I like this move, but I just can't practically even run it. Oh, Battle Girls. You know, whenever you see a Battle Girl in this game, you can probably be prepared for a difficult fight. Delphox is quite good for this cave, though. I think most balancing decisions go back to Screw Ice. Yeah. Mostly. Could you imagine if water types didn't get ice moves? Like, imagine just across the board, it just wasn't like a thing. That would be crazy. It'd be crazy how much worse water types would be. Even with Surf, water types would be like kind of okay. Cause like, I think like Gens 1 and 2, half the reason you want a water type is because there's not really any good ice types. I mean, there are, but like, you're not gonna pick them. And then, you know, let's go Sliggoo. Sliggoo isn't getting a lot of love. I feel like Sliggoo needs an appearance here. Damn, okay. Nice, we dodge. We hit the Thunderbolt. Oh, by the way, Sliggoo we got the Eviolite for Sliggoo. So it actually will be kind of bulky now. I mean, listen, that's a Hawlucha high jump kick for you. I think I put it on. I might not have. Oh, man. Poor Sliggoo. There's plenty of good water types that don't have ice coverage, and they like desperately want it, but they manage without it, like Caldeo. I mean, if that's the example you gotta pull out. Sorry, I feel like I always pronounce the Pokemon's name wrong, but I know who you're talking about. But again, it's like if that's who you gotta pull out, it's not a mythical, but is it? No, it's not a mythical, right? It's just a Sword of Justice. Am I even thinking of the right Pokemon? Caldeo is a Sword of Justice, right? Are those mythicals? Or is Caldeo... It is a mythical. This is not a Sword of Justice, sorry. Okay, so I don't know anything about Pokemon, or is it? It is a Sword of Justice. Oh, okay, but this one is specifically a mythical while the other three are not, right? It's both Sword of Justice and a mythical, but the other three Swords of Justice are just legendaries. Okay, I see my confusion there. Cool. It's the fourth horse. But again, if that's your best argument, you know, and I'm talking more for playthrough than competitive. Yeah, I did not know that thing's a mythical. How many mythicals are in Gen 5? Also, am I going the right way? I feel like this is the entrance. The hell? How did I get here? Okay, so there's 4? Victini, Meloetta, Caldeo, Victini, Meloetta. Oh, it's weird that Meloetta is Gen 5. Like, I know it is, but weirdly my brain wants to say it's Gen 6, and I know that's not true. But weirdly my brain... Oh, and Genesect, yeah. I don't know. That's a lot of mythicals. I don't love it. I don't love it. It's almost like I gotta make a video on that. Something like maybe how Mew kind of ruined Pokemon. It's been a while, guys, since we've done one of those videos, but we are bringing it back. How blank almost ruined Pokemon. And this one is going to be on the rise and fall of mythicals. Mythical creep, you got it. You got it. Oh my god, that animation is so badass. Wow. Tanks it. We need a how Poketubers ruin Pokemon. Just trash my own channel for an hour. GG. Oh, nice try, buddy. Uh-oh. Here we go. It isn't fair how Aegislash is so cool and was so good. Yeah, like, if you compare Gen 6 Pokemon, it's like... Aegislash is just in a tier of its own. It is like an SS design. And like, one of the best Pokemon in the game. And then... what else even is there, you know? What even is this way? I don't know this place at all, man. Or is this the way I went? Okay, what's the other way? Oh, right, my bad. And then we go boom. And then we go and boom. Am I going up perhaps? Let's try this. Doublade was UU in Gen 6. That's crazy. I assume with an Eviolite. This is Miracle with Dark Void. Sliding diagonally. Forgotten ice puzzle solutions in X and Y and BDSP. Real. Damn. Man, I always forget that Scrafty is like bulky as hell. Well, I guess it's just always Azumarill. I'm trying like not to use Azumarill so much to balance the team in levels, but Azumarill is just always the answer. Yeah, Eviolite is such a fun item. It's just like one of the most. It makes so many Pokemon so interesting. How's Eviolite Haunter? Just, I don't know, off the top of my head. I feel like I've heard that thrown around a bit. Like, imagine Eviolite Haunter. Like, imagine Eviolite in the early gens, where like, okay, yeah, you can't get your fully evolved Kadabra, but like you could throw an Eviolite on it. Wouldn't that be sick? Eviolite but opposite. Oh my god, that would probably be too busted. Yeah, by the end of the game, I was trying so hard not to use a Azumarill, but I couldn't. It's just that good. It's crazy how good Azumarill is. And like, do I even have, excuse me, like a good, what is my ability? It's just neutral attack, not high. Alert to sounds. I don't know what that is. That's probably like special defense or something. Or speed or something. Just riding on Sliggoo. Yep, there's a legacy feature we totally added, guys. There we go. So that evolves Glaceon, right? What does the icy rock do? Is that a hail thing? Hail setter? This is not the place I'm supposed to go? Alert to sounds of speed. It feels like speed, yeah. Like react, because I really love this explanation of speed. Is that speed is not how fast a Pokemon is, but it's reaction time. It explains a lot of the like, why is this caterpillar, or maybe not caterpillar, but you know, whatever, like faster than like literally like, you know, Pokemon Satan. Yeah, it just explains a lot. Such a random Pokemon to be like one of the only Pokemon that gets a Mega in this game previously. Another edit. Can Sliggoo evolve if it's holding the Damp Rock or if it learns Rain Dance? I don't know. I don't think that's coding viable. Again, you gotta think like adding events and lines of code is really complicated. What we are doing is like really all we can do is like swap out. So it's like this trainer has a Magnemite. We can change the Pokemon, but then like adding in another trainer to fight like that is much more complicated. I can take a peek. I don't think though. Sliggoo is, yeah, just level 50 with raining. So like we can change the level at which Goomy evolves, and we did that, right? Goomy now evolves at 30, not 40. But you know, I think adding something like that again, you're getting past what's reasonable and doable. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. Man, that's so freaking stupid. I'll probably get, I said this earlier with Double Edge. Oh my god, dude. I'm gonna get rid of Strength and teach it Superpower. Holy shit. Azumarill gets Superpower. Actually, I should have swapped, but it's too late for that. We're just gonna let Delphox get cooked. I think lowering Goomy's Evo level is a really good change and doesn't ruin its unique and not convoluted Evo mechanic. Yeah, I think like, oh yeah, that's good. We should let Crocodile get stronger. I don't want to give it to Azumarill. The thing is that Azumarill, it grows so fast. I think like if Azumarill was even like level 43, it would feel a bit different. But because it's a fast, what is Azumarill's category? It's on the faster side. It's faster than starters. It's just fast. It's in the fast leveling rate. So that's part of it. It just like early evolution. It just nuts, man. And Gen 6 Azumarill's always been insane. It's not really that new, but it is a little bit different. Is this the Mabel fight? What are you guys doing with Mega Banette? my legacy team. What is up with Mega Banette? All right. This is, man, I love that ZA makes Mabel more exciting. That's the sign of a good pro whatever. Holy shit, she has 6 Pokemon. Let's go. I know, I mean, one is a Pumpkaboo, so it's not like every single Pokemon is a total top tier, but that's so exciting. Manette got some big changes. So again, I mean, I think it's more like she has a team of 5 because Pumpkaboo is probably a flavor ad, I'm assuming. Oh, it so has Ice Beam. In the original game, she had 1? She had 1 Pokemon? Damn. This is not gonna kill. I don't know if I want to use my Mega here. Just go for the Thunderbolt. Yeah, it wouldn't have killed. Oh, Tentacruel popping off. Literally just a Houndoom. Holy shit, that's awful. I just gotta make sure this guy has the Eviolite. Yeah, okay. Okay, I think now Delphox can do it. Delphox would have got cooked if I hadn't done that. Nice. Yeah, this is a real fight. I freaking love it, man. Hex! I think the first stream, someone asked about Hex. They said, are you gonna give Delphox Hex? This relentless attack does massive damage to a target affected by status condition. Man, Will-O-Wisp Hex combo. I can't not do it, guys. Like, that's just so sick. I think I'm gonna get rid of Flamethrower. I love Mystical Fire. I love that status it adds. That was me. Yeah, Gemini, you remember that? We gotta show it off. You know what? If Mystical Fire was 75, I probably might go Flamethrower. And I think you want the base power that's gonna cause you to use its signature move. So what I'm saying is that Mystical Fire does need to be slightly better than Flamethrower, and I think it is at 80. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it. No. Chandelure shenanigans. All right, well, we're doing this instead. Which Pokemon has the biggest glow up in this game? Honestly, Dunk, it might be Delphox. It's probably Delphox. Sliggoo's just not ready to really take a hit yet. It has to be Azumarill, doesn't it? Just the hard check, like Dark or Fire. Torch Song before Torch Song. But yeah, I think it's Delphox because Delphox always had potential. It just didn't have the moves to take advantage of it. Oh, the Thunderfang. That was a crit, mind you. Dude, Sumerill's so good. Holy shit. Mystical Fire got the Legacy Blaze Kick treatment. Yeah, I love that. So again, 6 Pokemon, it's really 5. The 2 Pumpkaboos, that's so, I want to understand, like, I feel like there's something I'm missing. Nice, let's go. Not gonna use it, but you know, we still didn't take any damage, which is nice. Hit the acid spray. That's been Sligoo's biggest use right now, is being kind of bulky enough to take a hit and then lower special defense. Oh, one's tiny and one's huge. Yeah. So that's like, there's been some changes with this line where different size will have more significantly different stats. So it's kind of cool. So they kind of fill different roles now, different Gorgeists. One is fat and one is fat and tanky, and one is faster. Yeah, there's a third. I can't remember off the top of my head. Like maybe a physical attacker, special attacker, or something. But yeah. I feel like I'm gonna get like absolutely devastated by this Medicham. You always do, but we'll hit an acid spray before it goes down. Oh yeah, that's dead for sure. Medicham is so... I think Medicham is just such an underrated Pokemon. I really like Medicham. Interesting typing. Like, Psychic Fighting is just so cool. What do I even do here? Like, I guess... Like, Mawile, I guess, huh? The gimmick is just for this one. Yeah, fair enough. And then a Play Rough. The nice thing is we'll drop its attack. Since Team Flare are the fabulous focus team, can we give their leaders one shiny each, such as Lysander making Honchkrow shiny if he keeps it? I like that idea quite a bit, actually. I think that would be kind of fun. A very interesting idea. I think that could be super interesting. I will say though, I feel like there's a more obvious pick for Lysander, if you think about it. Frisk. Crunch. Nice. Is this the big bulkster? Clearly is. Oh, let's go. Unfortunately, we cannot. There is no shiny switch in the team editor. Yeah. It would be pretty cool though, you know, to give him a red Gyarados. But that certainly is a shame. Like I said, there's a man. Again, like ZA, just like I never really thought twice about Mabel before. I mean, I like all the admins in this game, but now it's like, holy shit, that's Mabel. Like it's, you know, that's the professor of ZA. It's fun. Sorry, Reggie. I actually was like going to put a little message in the group chat, and then I saw like, oh, the Gym 7 isn't working, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta message Craig about that. And then literally as I was messaging Craig, he messaged me about it, and then I forgot to put the thing in. So I'm sorry. It's all my fault, as you know. Actually, sorry, that's dramatic, but anyway, it is. I am sorry though. We did it. We saved Mega Bomb of Snow. It pops up in the server notifications. Fair enough. Fair enough. Anyway, that was good. I like that. Some Team Flare stuff. So now we're done at Dead Mill. Now we head on to, oh, it's this. I'm really bad with XY names. I can never remember this next one. Dead Mill, and then between Dead Mill, there's Snowbell, obviously in a little bit. That's an easy one to remember. But it's man. If you were to follow through on a shiny for the important Team Flare members, would you that include the E4 Malva? I think you can get really carried away where it's like, oh, let's give everyone a shiny, and then it's just kind of lame. Anistar! Anistar. Anistar. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. There it is. Mamoswine Road. Oh, yeah. Probably. Time to ride the swine. Time to let loose, you know what I'm saying? Sneasel looks good 3D. That's a good sprite. Oh, that's gonna hurt. I'm gonna back out. Yeah, Mamoswine does look little, doesn't it? Now non-shinies are the special ones. That would be silly. An actual pose, yeah. Yeah. I think if Delphox had been made with 3D sprites, I think it would be more loved. Or sorry, if it had been it was made in a game that had a 2D sprite first, I think it would be more loved. I'm sure I can find this super quick. There's a lot of people make a lot of Gen 2 Pokemon art styles here. Let me see. Okay. Braixen? Fennekin? It's pretty cool, right? Sorry, it's gonna be a little blurry because I gotta zoom in on it. But I don't know. Check that out. Gen 2 sprite style. I think it's pretty neat. I mean, I think also part of it is just I love the Gen 2 sprite style. Yeah, that's probably not better than Typhlosion looks in Gen 2, but I don't know. It's kind of charming, in my opinion. Pretty much every Pokemon has been done in Gen 2 art style. They look so good. It actually holding its stick one helps a lot. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, you made a Braixen sprite in Gen 2 style. Oh, that's cool, Zach. I like how quick that is, because you kind of already did the snow thing, and you're like, man, I don't want to snow run at traders. Because it's not just standing in the Gmod pose. Yeah, that's real. The stick looks like dynamite. That's funny. Serena getting her 5th Mon in this fight. I guess you'll have to wait and find out. There's a lot of bad shiny forms. I will say there's not a lot of bad shiny Gen 2 sprites. I hate that I'm getting distracted, but I just love the Gen 2 shinies. And we're gonna look at them for a second. Like shiny Chikorita, oh my god. Shiny Cyndaquil, sick. Totodile, dude, is so cool. I mean, I don't love the other two, but Totodile shiny is so cool. Gold Pidgey. I don't know. Like, Spearow's not great. Hoothoot's, ugh. Oh my god, shiny Noctowl is garbage, dude. It's green. It's like puke green. Like dead Rattata though, that's cool. Eradicate's horrible. Sentret is horrible. Big Furret though is so ridiculous. I kind of like it. I kind of see where it goes. It's so silly. Pichu, Pikachu, not it. Raichu, eh. Gold Caterpie is cool. And then obviously Pink Butterfree. I mean, you know, classic. I mean, Kakuna, Tale as Old as Time. Am I right? I don't know. I like a lot of these. I just find the Gen 2 shiny sprites, like, they satisfy a lot of the time. Sometimes they suck when it's just like a different color, like a single different color. They certainly can suck. These pink ones are not hitting it. Togepi's kind of cool. You know why I'm going through. Okay, pink Mareep is sick. It sucks on Flaffy. And I don't know about Ampharos, but yeah. Pink Wooper, holy shit, man. Like, again, when they're good in Gen 2, they're so sick. Ghastly's really cool. It started here with Gengar, though, right? Like, Haunter, cool. Ghastly, cool. What the fuck? Anyway. Bro, Jumpluff? Come on. Half the shinies just look like they're dead. Poliwag weirdly just looks like better Poliwag, but I like it a lot. That looks like our true shiny. Politoed is such a miss. Obviously Red Gyarados. Okay, where am I? Listen, it's gonna take a sec to get where I'm going. I love the pink ones. The pink looks so good. Gold Sunflora looks like something out of Paper Mario. Still working. Blue Coughing, Jugga Conroy, classic. You guys know what I'm going for, right? You know what I'm looking for. It's not Gold Azumarill, although that is sick. You know what I'll say? Half of these designs are amazing and half of them are terrible. And because half of them are like truly amazing, in my brain, I only remember the amazing ones and I'm like, wow, they're so good. Oh my god, why is this so late and deep down in? Not too cool. I can't see chat right now, but you know what I'm going for, right, chat? You know what I'm looking for. So deep in the decks, holy shit. I like going through them all. Dude, Gold Mr. Viz is cool. Almost there. Not Bulbasaur, not Ivysaur, not Venusaur. Charmander's cool. Charmeleon is cool. But purple Charizard. I'm sorry. I'm kind of nostalgic about it. I kind of wish it was a little more purple. But man, I don't know. Purple Charizard just goes so hard to me. It's one of my favorites. Squirtle too. Blastoise, again, it's like no. The birds, not really. The beasts, not really. Suicune's interesting. I like Lugia. I feel like that white with that blue would actually be better than the basic. Don't really like Ho-Oh. You kind of see their style though. I also love Celebi. But anyway, sorry. Thank you for bearing with me. I like. Yeah, there's a lot I like in there. Yeah, I do think like once you go through them all, you see like, oh, they had a formula for them, and some of them hit really well, and some of them are like, and a lot of them are just like, damn, they really just kind of did it. Most of the blue Pokemon got pink shinies and vice versa. It's a lot of that. Umbreon has a fantastic shiny. Yeah, and that held true for a while. Yeah, it still does, forever. Okay. I'm gonna do it. Because this Meowstic really has thrashed me around. Of course it has Shadow Ball. But we can take a Shadow Ball. We're bulky. Little bit of chip. And then it's... Now that does 120. Hex is doing 130. Super effective. Oh, no. It's not enough. We went for the silly strategies, and all right, it kind of paid off. I didn't think the burn was gonna do enough there. Yeah, Meowstic is so good now. I assume Meowstic had its special attack raised. Okay, let's go for a Mega and hit the Thunderbolt. Holo Shiny is an anime reference. Oh, that's fun. I didn't realize that. Trade Delphox. Yeah. Wow, Manectric. My guy. You're supposed to be good, man. More speed, more special attack for the female. Gotcha. Gotcha. Why did that do more that time? I'm kind of confused there. Was that just low roll into high roll? $110 special defense moment. Damn. I thought Flareon. I didn't realize that about Flareon. Oh, I clicked past a crit. Classic. Well, that was a lucky crit. It's a little under-leveled, but I'm like, man, it's kind of not been great. How much does this do? Oof. What do you think if Shiny Mega Charizard X was a white Charizard with blue flames? That would be really sick. What is Shiny Mega Charizard X? So many steps. I feel like we're dead here, unfortunately. Yeah, we sure are. I feel like Greninja is gonna have ice by this point. I might lose this. That's clean. Dude, that substitute is too big. I'm sorry. I don't like it. It's too big. This game's ruined. Blue Flames, White Dragon. Nice. Shiny Chansey looks like it's second radioactive. That's funny. Damn. Go off, Azumarill. I know Greninja's not that bulky, but it's just a good Pokemon. When I see it, I'm intimidated. This is the thing. She's got the double fairy weakness. Now, here's the question. It's not yet. I knew that, but I was like, maybe I missed something. I assumed it wasn't yet. You kind of devalue it if you do it here, right? It's really hard to say. I feel like I've been smashed by Serena. No. I just only had one Pokemon alive. If you have a fairy type and she has Greninja, like, you're in a position where like you get that end of it, you know? I think that team is pretty good though. Like she's got hands. She did destroy my Mega. Oh, and the triple fairy weakness with Mind Shout. Yeah. She hasn't trained with the Mega Guru yet. Oh, I didn't even know that narratively it wouldn't make sense. I just think from yeah, I mean, you get me. I was just saying, like, also, like, it would kind of make the final fight before the E4 more flat. It is gonna make her a little bit easier, but I think it. Oh shit! Am I on the wrong ROM? Damn it! I should have saved. Where was my last save? Huh. Where does that put me? I'm a fool. I am a fool. I'm such a fool, guys. I'm so sorry. All right. Well, for the sake of everybody, I'm going to call the stream there. I have become error. Well, I'm sorry, guys. My update must have fucked up because anyway, it's fine. I won't make us go through all that again. So next stream we will take on Gym 7 and 8, and then the final stream will be E4. Actually, that works out kind of nice because we'll get all the stuff in tomorrow, or next stream. So I guess before we end, I'll just ask any questions. I can't believe I was like, I gotta make sure to save before that, just in case that happens. Next stream we will time travel. Yeah. Any questions just to follow out though? Sorry guys. You're back at Mabel. Oh my God, what kind of horrible, rude question is that? I know you don't realize what you just asked, but yeah, quick 1.5 hour stream. Honestly, let people get caught up. So, Sacred Stone's legacy. Maybe someday, but not for a bit. It's just a lot of projects on the table. Yeah, I don't have the time to work on that one right now. So that's all. Can we call you Pinhead? Who you calling Pinhead? If you could have changed the types of any other Gen 1 Pokemon when they entered Gen 2, ooh, Raticate, Normal, Dark. Certainly would have made Raticate stand out from a lot of them. All right, let's end it on that question. I like that. Let's look at the Johto Dex. Take a peek at the Johto Dex and I'll answer that question and we'll call it there. Yeah, thank you guys for coming out. I said we're gonna do like a 2 hour stream. Like I was gonna beat her and actually probably would have called it. I thought we were gonna get to Lysander a bit quicker, but I'm just bad at ice puzzles. Anyway, boy, do I got a fork for you. Yeah, there's actually a fork of Emerald Crystal Legacy called the Elemental Exchange, which does a lot of those type changes that you want. Shout out to Zach. It is very cool, and you'd probably like it a lot. So I would recommend that. With that said, let's take a peek here. And chat, please feel free to go along with me and say what you think you would change. Obviously, your starters, you do Meganium Fairy. If Fairy doesn't exist, you do Meganium Normal, just to give it stab body slam. I like Typhlosion with ground typing, and I like Feraligatr with dragon. Furret would love ground type, I bet. That would be nice for it. Give it some nice strong digs or something. I don't know. Not seeing a whole lot. Ledian Psychic. I would just give Ledian a like. I think Ledian just needs better stats. But Bug Psychic would have been cool in Gen 2. Grass Flying. No, see, the thing with Jump Off is it just needed a flying move. the very least. It's like, what is flying doing for Jumpluff, you know? I think Politoed would have been interesting with another type, but I never, like, what would you give Politoed, you know? Like, I don't know. Ledian Fighting Bug? Yeah, but you got Heracross. You want to double dip on that. Politoed normal? I don't know if Politoed is giving normal to me, but I mean, I kind of see it, but normal is a weird one. But yeah, I mean, it would have been good for it, probably. Especially as sound was introduced. It didn't really have sound in Gen 2. You know, Hypno would have made for a really interesting Psychic Dark. That would have actually made Hypno kind of decent, you know, because after Gen 1, like, Hypno's good in Gen 1, but in Gen 2, it's like, why would you ever use Hypno when you can use Alakazam? Yanma, another Bug Flying. Obviously, Bug Dragon would have been sick. Even if Yanma was, like, still weak, Bug Dragon would have made it cool, but they obviously, like, weren't ready to make Dragon a like really late game boss style type. Sunflora just needed, it's not Sunflora's type that makes it bad. Venomoth, Bug Poison. God, Venomoth, man. Ugh. Bug Psychic, that's the one, right? Sabrina uses it. Pinsir. Bug Fighting, man. Poor guy, you know? But instead, we just got Heracross, and Heracross is better. But yeah, Pinsir obviously wanted fighting. You know, honestly, Pinsir with normal type would have been good for it. Or Bug Dark. Ah, yeah, Bug Dark. Bug Dark. I love that, actually. That's way more flavorful than, I feel like normal is just lazy. But yeah, Bug Dark would have been great on Pinsir. It overlaps, right? It's kind of awkward because, like, they're both good against Psychic, which is like the big claim to fame. But it's still, I still like it. You get Ghost coverage out of it. Zach's writing that one down. No, I really like, you know, when you see these four lined up together, right? You're like, okay, Bug Flying, Bug Steel, Bug Fighting, right? Yeah, it needs it. I love Magneton to Electric Steel. I always thought Electrode could easily be Electric Steel, you know? Like, I don't know. Like, I look at it, I'm like, it's just an electric type. It's weird to me. It's really weird to me that Electrode didn't get Steel typing when Magneton did. And I guess it was just to avoid overlap. But, like, I don't know. For every Pokemon were dual type. Yeah, he has some awesome videos. I love his content. Very creative and fun. Obviously Ninetales to Ghost. Arcanine stays just fire. I could see Persian as a normal dark, maybe. Primate. I mean, I just want to annihilate the Golduck being not psychic is weird, but like you have a lot of water psychics already, so it'd be weird to also be water psychic. There's just like no good answer for Golduck. You could make it like fighting, but like then it overlaps with Poliwrath. I don't know. Kind of just, I don't know. Golduck just makes me mad. I don't want to think about it. I love Girafarig. Wouldn't really change any of these guys. Mime gets Fairy. Was Natu the first Psychic Flying, right? There's no Psychic Flyings in Gen 1, so yeah, that's cool, I guess. And then they gave it no moves. It's crazy how bad Xatu is. Like, it has bad stats, and they didn't give it Psychic. It's just so bad. Golduck as Water Psychic makes more sense than Starmie. It does. It totally does. Kingler with fighting would be cool. But I actually think Kingler is cool in just that it's a water physical attacker. There's not a lot of those, and by Gen 2, it's the only pure water physical attacker, I think, right? Because the only other one I'm pretty sure is like Gyarados, maybe Poliwrath, but I think that's more mixed. Excuse me. Corsola is like, okay, I remember in this guide I had, it was like, they've given water every other type, so it's no surprise they've given they made a water rock Pokemon. And I'm always thinking that was weird because I was like, wait, wasn't like Omastar and Kabutops the first water rock? Like they already made 2 water rock Pokemon. I kind of get it, but also like Coral isn't like Coral alive? I'm no marine biologist, but like I thought Coral is like a living species. So like doesn't that not make sense, or am I dumb? You know? Also, Corsola is just horrible, so it really has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with the typing. But like, I mean, being water rock does not help Corsola. Like, yeah, that's what I was saying, like Corsola, like a water bug. Honestly, that would have been way better for Corsola, because then it wouldn't have a 4 times weakness. And it could be a water type that can hit grass for super effective and not, that would have, it could have been the first. Octillery for Firewater. That's a bold change. Octillery just needs to be in the game. Remoraid is a Super Rod catch. Super Rod's not available till post game, and by that point, why the hell are you using this thing and leveling this up? Yeah, it's cool. And listen, different thought patterns in the old games. So it's like, ooh, whoa, weird new Pokemon, and I know, but it's still frustrating. Lantern's sick. Dugong becoming ice, I always thought was kind of interesting, and it feels appropriate. Weirdly, I don't know. I think it's a good change. Tangela is a weird one. Tangela is just a weird Pokemon. Maybe Tangrowth getting ground typing, but I guess that would compete with Torterra. Gonna do a video probably in the coming months on overrated Pokemon. Espeon's gonna be very high for Gen 2. Seadra's good. See, Gligar's cool typing. That's unique, and then it learns no ground flying moves. Ice Ground is awesome. Teddy Ursaring, love that. This is your classic solid normal type. I love Donphan. We already had some ground types, so I suppose this is a little, this is one that I think could have aptly got normal ground. I think that would have made a lot of sense and would have made for a pretty solid Pokemon. Yeah, Espeon is Timu Alakazam, except Espeon is more like, no, Espeon is like, Gucci Alakazam. It's not really any better. It's just like you get it because you think it's special and like stylish, and it costs like, it's just like way more harder to get because Gucci is expensive and Espeon takes a lot of money. But yeah, I like Donphan as a normal ground. Ironically, Phanpy would be much better as a normal type because it doesn't learn any ground moves. I like Espeon as design, but like there's no reason to use Espeon in its original game. Like, it's just worse Alakazam. And it takes way more time to get, and then you have to give up your Eevee. Like, wow. Wow, right? Look at this, dude. It's like 135, 85, 120, 130, 95, 110. Like, oh, it's slightly bulkier, I guess. Slightly bulkier. I'm like, yeah, you don't need 120 speed, but like, they're just the same Pokemon. And like, learn set wise, okay, the one thing that Espeon has going for it outside of Trade Evo is that you can like level up Eevee and get Bite, and in Gen 2 Bite is special, so that's actually really good. But Alakazam in Gen 2 gets all 3 punches. Gucci Zam is my next nickname for Espeon. And listen, like, you know, Gucci can be a flex if you really value Gucci, but like, it doesn't mean it's really all that better. Mantine. Mantine's weird as a water flying type because like manta rays don't really fly. So you give this Pokemon flying type, and then like it can't actually learn flying moves because like it doesn't make sense that it would fly. And then it's like, well, isn't that a case that like it just shouldn't have flying type? If there's no flying moves, it would make sense to learn. I think it gets like wing attack maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of out on Mantine. It's actually pretty underrated. It's actually really underrated. Like, especially in Heart Gold, where you can give it Blizzard. Like, when you get it, that's pretty good. And then it's like, it's good for Chuck because it resists fighting moves. It's good for Jasmine. It's all right for the it's good for Claire at least, right? I don't know. I think it's underrated. But it's something. Yeah, bad typing for sure. Like, what's its learn set? Wing attack at level 40, bro. And then it, you know, I mean, you can give it Blizzard in Gen 2 as well, but Blizzard's a little costly. Dodrio's so good. Rapidash certainly would like something. Rapid, like, Ponyta is cool because it has, like, Ponyta actually has good stats. It's like one of the better stats on a first stager. Like, it's actually pretty solid. It comes so late though that, like, you know, and then it's a level 40 Evo, but I mean, what else could you give Rapidash really? Like, again, it would be like maybe normal type, which actually probably would have made it more interesting because I think it has pretty good physical attack, right? Yeah, like actually Rapidash would have loved normal type, like Stomp and Headbutt and Body Slam maybe. Fire Fairy obviously, but you know, for the question was for Gen 2. You know, and it's just like it's a Gen 1 thing, I get it. But you know, you've got Flareon, Magmar, Arcanine, like there's just a lot of pure fire types. And I don't know. Slugma, you know, it's cool. We got a Fire Rock. It's a really smart design. Unfortunately, that it is something that needs to be slow. But when you're Fire Rock, man, you cannot afford to be going second. Oh God. Does Fire Rock have a lot of resistances? I feel like it must. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so only one more than Fire does on its own. It's not really that good. I mean, it only has 4 weaknesses, but again, you know. Oh, but sorry, the 2 4Xs. Yeah. It's like, I feel like that's like, it's not, I was like, it seems not as bad as I thought. Misdreavus' Ghost Fire. Oh, that would have been so cool. I mean, Fire Ghost is like the coolest typing ever. Yeah, this is just a Pokemon that needed better stats from the get-go. That's most of Gen 2. Like, You know, a lot of the Gen 2 Pokemon were just kind of like collectibles for the post game. Porygon is weird because like it shouldn't be pure normal, but there's no other type that makes sense for it. Like maybe normal electric. Yes, 2 very popular 4Xs is quite crippling. I'm not trying to gas up Magcargo. Oh, I like Ghost Fairy from Misdreavus, but you know, we didn't have Fairy yet. I don't know. Like if it's like a computer program, like electricity. Ghost Electric. Yeah, that makes sense. Pure Electric would have been weird though. Porygon's another one of those first stagers that like, because it started out as a single stager, like that's horrific as a final stager. But when you're like, you know, if you picked up that at the start of the game, that'd actually be pretty good. Bulky and good special attack. What does Porygon start with? Tackle, Shrapnel, Psybeam at 23 is solid. Ooh, Psybeam at 12. Man, if you could get a Porygon like early game in like say Johto, it would be really good. And then like maybe the upgrade, I don't know. Oof. I don't know, like Gym 7 or 8. Porygon 2 is good, even without Eviolite. It'd be really good for a playthrough. God, these guys are just the most like tragic, man. Amistar and Kabutops, what's crazy, right? Gen 1 Amistar, 115 special attack and defense, right? Because just a single special stat. Man, that would have been so cool. Like, I think it just like if that had been its stat profile, if it had an extra 45 and it had 115 special defense, that would make it a 540 base stats, which would make it pretty standout. That would be same as Gyarados, but it's a fossil. Like that's a reasonable Pokemon to give it to. It still wouldn't be that good, but it would just be bulky enough that like it could actually like do some damage, because Amistar's not good. But you know, water rock type, it could be cool. You know, also rock moves it's not doing a lot with 60 power, right? A Gemini says rock typing ruins the best 2 defensive types. Yeah, rock typing is just never really all that good. It's kind of similar to ice, isn't it? I listen. Okay, even you know, I'm in favor of 540 base stat Almastar. Kabutops. See, Kabutops is trickier because it's a little bit faster. So maybe for Kabutops, you make it a mixed attacker. So an extra 45. Give it 110 special attack, 115, and it can use water and that really good. You need to lower its speed though. I don't know though. It's a fossil, man. I think it could afford to be really good. I know it could afford more speed, but I don't want to make. I want to make it like unique, you know. If only someone could make a ROM hack to fix this. But yeah, I think if Omastar was really defensive. Wait, sorry, I was like, what? Omastar was really defensive. It's still slow, so it'd be fine. And then Kabutops could be a mixed attacker where it's actually using physical, like it's using water and rock really well. 80 speed would probably be right. Like, I don't think you want to make it any faster. That might even be too fast. Yeah, it would have been a really fun Pokemon. And Gen 1 Omastar is exactly what I'm saying. Like, it has an extra 45 stats. So Gen 1 Omastar actually has an effective 540 base stat. Doesn't break the game, right? Yeah, Shuckle is almost RV2. I don't know. I think that would have been cool for them to have 540, just because like they're the first fossils. You know, they can afford it. And then the reason I don't want to make Kabutops fast, obviously, is because Aerodactyl's the fast guy, and Aerodactyl's like, oh, Aerodactyl's only 515 too. Although that is still 20 more than the other two. I mean, if you wanted to give Aerodactyl the same stats, I mean, it doesn't need it. 130 speed's awesome. You could give it another 10 in speed, or a 10 in attack, make it 115 maybe. And then... what if you give it 15 in attack and 10 in defense? Call it a day. I mean, Air, like I said, Air doesn't need it. But if you're gonna boost these guys, I don't know. A quick, fun little fossil rework. Just make them a little more special, I think. Does balancing for a game with physical special split feel significantly different compared to the 3? No, because the game's balanced itself out, right? There's certainly, it just gives you more flexibility. So I guess it does feel different, but it's just like, it's a lot easier because like you don't have to rework stats as much because like there's always a move you can fill in for it. So it feels good. Obviously big one is Blastoise to steal, like grass poison, fire flying, water, you know? And truthfully, looking back on it, Blastoise needed steel type, man. Cause like, you know? Blastoise has nothing going for it. Blastoise is the most mid water type to ever mid. Like, it's just so mid. And it's good. It's good mid, but it's so boring. And Charizard is a pretty good Pokemon. Venusaur is fine. None of their starters really, like, in retrospect, are that great. Like, Fire Flying is kind of eh. Poison is whatever, but I don't know, man. Blastoise given Rock. Yeah, I could see that even if Blastoise had just been given Rock. I love Blastoise. I love Big Man. Also really funny. I saw on our latest video, or not our latest anymore, but this video. Actually, does anyone know Gen 1er? Okay, so this person commented 10 out of 10 thumbnail, and bro, fucking Gen 1er commented on it. I gotta reply. But this is the guy that made the song Big Man Blastoise. He made the song Big Man Blastoise. And he commented on our video. I thought that was so funny. Anyway, yeah, Blastoise just needs a secondary typing. Venusaur got poison because it would have been horrible at the start of the game. That's my 100% theory, because there's poison moves all throughout the early game. So it would have just been terrible if it didn't have poison. Those are great. 3 dogs, or listen, I call them dogs, deal with it. They're great. I know they're beasts. I know they're cats, whatever. It's a childhood habit, okay? Larvitar and Pupitar being ground type blows my mind. I always forget that. Tyranitar, Rock Dark makes sense for a pseudo. Oh, and actually I was like, that's it, but no, Lugia does not need psychic type. Dear God. Fire flying. What is the inverse of fire flying? Well, if it's also going to be a big flying thing. Water, maybe? Like, I think you could swap out either of these types, truthfully. Psychic or flying. And it would make more sense than psychic flying. Like the Lord of the Underworld, the Lord of the Sea, at Whirl Islands. You find it beneath a waterfall in a pool of water, and it's a psychic flying type. Like, what the hell, man? I'm personally for water flying Lugia. because then you match the 4x weakness. But yeah, like I did a video on the second channel where I had every single legendary try to Nuzlocke each gym leader of Johto, and Lugia doesn't get a psychic move. So literally like psychic does nothing for it the entire run. The entire run. All it does is give it resistances to will and then make it bad for Karen. It's so ridiculous that Lugia didn't get water. Lugia would be so good with water too, because also Lugia has the learn set of a water type. Like Lugia learns Blizzard and Rain Dance. Well, not Rain Dance, that's not neat, but it learns all the water moves. And with that on top of like Blizzard and Icy Wind, it's just so water type coded. I mean, it is also psychic coded with Psychic and Shadow Ball, but like, man, it's crazy. You know, and oh, okay, that's fair. He moved because its tower burned down. I'm just saying though, like, where did he move of all the places? You know, could have gone to like a mountain or something, but he went to like the sea. I guess that does actually make a lot of sense though. That is a really good counterpoint. Yeah, Aeroblast went so hard in that playthrough. Okay, I'm glad to those who watched. Yeah, like Aeroblast just runs it. Ho-Oh gets dusted by Whitney. Otherwise, it probably would have made it to the E4 and then probably lost to Lance. Yeah, anyway, I just Psychic used to be the cool type, right? Like look at our 5 legendaries, you know? 4 of them are Psychic, right? Psychic was the big crazy thing. And I like it for Mew and Mewtwo. I like it for Celebi too, I think. I think that makes sense. But I don't think Lugia needed it. Yeah, Entei almost lost to a Pidgeotto. That was so funny. Ho is the neurodivergent legendary. Ho-Oh's so good, man. Like, I often forget Ho-Oh has 130 attack. So I think of it as being like really bulky, obviously, like all legendaries. But like, dude, Earthquake Ho-Oh goes unironically pretty hard. Shadow Ball on Ho-Oh, because it's a physical move in Gen 2. Like, weird shit. But yeah, like, Sacred Fire, Earthquake, Shadow Ball, and like, I don't know what else you give Ho-Oh. Maybe Fly, I guess. I mean, if you got leftovers, definitely Fly. Lugia was originally conceived as the embodiment of the ocean as mother of life. Well, listen, there you go. Celebi should have been thrown away Psychic for Fairy. Yes, I agree with that. I think looking back on it now, Celebi should have been, like, if you could redo it, it should have been a grass fairy, right? And that would have had such a nice, like, sort of symmetry to Meganium being grass fairy. So that would be really cool. But yeah, cool. That was fun. To just kind of make up for my failings as a person with the ability to do anything on tech. Anyway, it's all good. Totally fine. This was a fun stream. I think that's it, guys. Thank you so much for coming out. Did I miss any super chats? I got a Gemini there, and that's everything. So thank you to everyone, always for coming out, guys. I'm hopefully gonna stream again tomorrow, and we'll have a little bit of a bigger stream tomorrow because I'm probably not gonna stream Friday. So tomorrow will be a little bit longer. And yeah, thanks so much for coming out. I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. And shout out to Replay Gang who made it all the way through.